So I'm looking at one guy, yeah, Mr. Scottie Pippen.
This is Myers, cross-court, Scottie! Oh, and he went!
And I'm looking at him in regards to the new anticipated game, NBA 2K13.
All black, everything black.
NBA 2K13, executive produced by Jay-Z.
So NBA 2K13 is a new highly anticipated game. It's coming out in October of 2012. The whole success of the NBA 2K franchise has been the simple fact that they've meshed old with new. So when I heard they're going to have the Dream Team in it, that's like, okay, now they've gone that little bit further. It's a done deal. I'm sold. I want to get this game. But what happened? No Scottie Pippen on the Dream Team. Let me reiterate that point. No Scottie Pippen on the Dream Team. Don't tell me you've got the Dream Team if Pippen's not on it. The Dream Team is every single one of those guys. It's not most of those guys or every single guy except Pippen. It's all of those guys plus Pippen. If Pippen's not on the Dream Team, he won't be on the Bulls. You're going to play the championship Bulls again with no Pippen. Fuck it. Don't do it. Take it out of the game. That's how much it would be ruining it if Pippen wasn't on the game. Anyway, in the end, he is finally on the game. Apparently, his wife was the one that had to fucking talk reason to this guy. With Pippen, not only is he
one ugly motherfucker,
but he's also evidently pretty fucking stubborn. If they could work out with all these other guys, even Barkley, they couldn't work it out of him before they can work it out now. I'm sure it's possible they could have worked out Pippen. So he's just trying to be difficult. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? When you're talking about Scottie Pippen, you're essentially talking about a guy who felt like he never really got his respect. As great as he was, as much accolades as he received, he never, I don't think in his mind, felt like he really got the respect he deserved. And it is understandable when you think of the simple fact that he was always in this guy's shadow.
Jordan trying to shake off Starks. Oh, what a move by Jordan! Here's Jordan, a steal from Newmark. Takes it in for the Duke.
This is what you live for, to play Michael Jordan in the finals.
Very too easy.
3-on-2 for the Bulls. Michael on the drive, in for the right, finish it!
Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan!
Pippen was always in that guy's shadows, and I think from that's always caused him to act up a little bit and play up a little bit. I'm thinking like, okay, he was playing up with this game. This is a big game. Coming off the Olympics, one of the biggest point of the dreams of the Olympics this year with the basketball was the debate, would this team be able to beat the original 92 Dream Team? So when they now announced they're going to include that thing, it added to the hype. It's a big thing, but Pippen was fucking it up. He was playing hard to get. And I'm thinking, this is not the first time his behaviour's been questionable, for lack of a better word. It's not the first time. Let's go back in time to the 94 playoffs. The first year when MJ wasn't playing for the Bulls. Now let's look at the Game 3 playoffs, Knicks versus Bulls. You know, the Bulls are taking the Knicks out in 91, 92, 93. They knocked them out of the playoffs. 94 now, minus MJ. It's looking like a different series, minus Michael Jordan. MJ was always their last minute guy to take the shots.
Time running down. Jordan from center court. Yes! Yes!
They didn't have MJ, they had a timeout, the game was about to end. So the coach, Phil Jackson, decided to have Kukoc have the last shot. Pippen heard that. He was so pissed that he decided picked Kukoc to take the final shot over Pippen, over himself, Pippen. Pippen refused. Pippen refused to come on the court. They still got the shot anyway. Look at this footage.
Pass. Kukoc for the win. It goes!
You see how Jackson's not happy? The whole place is going nuts, but Jackson is not looking happy right there.
Now, as far as the last play of the game goes, Scottie Pippen was not involved in that play. He asked out of the play. I left him off the floor. That's as much as I'll talk about that, and we have practice tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
From that point on, he showed like he can really be an arsehole when he wants to be. When he doesn't feel like he's getting his props, he can be an arsehole. At the end of the day, Jackson's the coach. He knows what he's doing. That's only one time this guy's acted funky. Another time, 97-98 season. The season that was labelled The Last Dance. Long story short, Pippen was really getting frustrated that last year because he was still just on 3 mil. And he felt like, why are kids like Kevin Garnett getting 18 mil a year and I'm getting 3 mil? He was pissed. What did Pippen do in the context of that era, of that situation? His foot was hurt. To spite the ownership, because he's frustrated about his situation, he didn't go to the Bulls doctor straight away. And he was out for a great portion of that season. Pippen was out largely because of his own stubbornness. He didn't want to go and see the doctor when he was meant to. He was like, fuck them. They're not treating me right. I'll play with this bad foot. He had a lot of issues dealing with the likes of Jerry Krause, Jerry Reinsdorf. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to handle them the same way Michael Jordan could handle them. When I really feel like this guy's disrespect levels got too high was Pippen wanted to get traded. He got traded to Houston Rockets. Didn't work out. They got to the first round of the playoffs. They won one game and they lost. Pippen was off. Charles Barkley was like, I worked hard to get this guy to come to the Rockets. I took a decrease in my salary so that we could have Pippen on the team.
I gave him $60 million. That's the least he could do is win me the championship.
You know what I'm saying? People are working hard to get this prima donna in place. Then he left, but then the way he tried to disrespect Barkley, but I would never apologize.
After a war of words with a teammate,
I gave up more than anybody to get Scottie. And for him to want to leave after 1 year just disappointed me greatly.
I wouldn't get Charles Barkley an apology at gunpoint, so he could never expect an apology from me. If anything, he owed me an apology for coming and play with his sorry fat butt.
Scottie gets his wish.
He tried to get belligerent with Barkley, saying, I wouldn't apologize at gunpoint. Like, why are you talking macho? Why are you coming with that type of machismo? Why are you talking aggressively like that? And why are you trying to call it about sorry fat butt? You're disrespecting a legend. Like, Barkley's a legend on the court.
Mismatch of the entire Olympics. Barkley off a beautiful feed from Mullen. Here he comes again.
And here comes Charles. Don't get in his way.
But also off the court, he's got that great personality.
Well, he said he would never apologize.
Not even at gunpoint.
But as you know, I always carry a gun with me. So there is a chance. There's a chance. I'm gonna go to my truck and get my gun and see. So if I get arrested for murder, y'all know he didn't apologize.
Pippen tried to take a shot at him, but right back at him. Pippen's trying to get all belligerent afterwards. When Barkley was in his face, he didn't do shit. When Xavier McDaniel was in his face, trying to get in Pippen's face, Pippen went big then. MJ had to say
someone's going to be ejected from this basketball game. Both clubs going at each other. Michael Jordan and Xavier McDaniel having words.
You might think to yourself, you got 6 rings, Barkley ain't got no rings, but you were the number 2. Barkley was the guy. Yeah, that's the difference. You have those rings because you were the backup guy to Michael Jordan.
Scottie Pippen, the man who has 6 rings because of Michael Jordan.
And the thing with Barkley will tell him, like, he'll make a joke out of it, like, you're nobody to me. But at the same time, Barkley will be the bigger man. Barkley will give Pippen his props. Even if he uses it as a joking excuse to make up for his own failures, Barkley will still give him his props.
He'll always bring the winner thing up. How many rings you got? He always throws that up at me. I mean, I wasn't lucky enough to play with Scottie Pippen.
Are you like his...
You know what? Man, if I had Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman, I would have won some too.
Let me ask you this though.
So you didn't like your teammates?
I love my teammates. They just wasn't as good as Scottie and Dennis.
But all that shit, all of that, yeah, be that as it may, his biggest sin was recently he tried to say LeBron James might be better than Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan is probably the greatest scorer to ever play in the game. But I may go as far as to say LeBron James may be the greatest player to ever play the game.
This is what I want to know. How the fuck can you, of all people, say LeBron's better than Jordan?
That is blasphemous. That is blasphemous. Scottie Pippen shouldn't even be allowed in the streets of Chicago today, just for one day, because he was a great champion.
Today.
Just for today, he should be banned from the city of Chicago. How dare you? How dare you say such a thing?
Another guy that talks shit is John Sally.
I'm a Michael Jordan fan, like everyone else. I just don't think he's the greatest player ever.
Who is?
I think the greatest player I've ever played against was Magic Johnson. Next was Larry Bird. Then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The hardest guy I had to guard, Akeem Olajuwon.
How the fuck is Larry Bird better than Michael Jordan? He always talks rubbish. Back in the day, he tried saying, oh, Jordan's bold and I'm not, and this and that.
Talk about different things that he doesn't like to talk about, like baldness. Sorry.
Well, look at him now.
I just don't think he's the greatest player ever.
Don't try being contrarian. Don't go against the general opinion that MJ's the greatest. Stick to your reality shows, yeah?
Answer my question. Do you want more of this?
I left it out for you.
It's a half a bottle.
Try to make up stories. Don't try to make up stories.
Stick to your Spencer Pratts and fucking around with idiots.
This is ridiculous.
Come on. My husband is a very new Christian.
That's what you need to stick to. Put it like this. How Magic Johnson said it, he said it best.
I love LeBron, and I love him, but he is nowhere close. And Kevin Durant isn't either. and Kobe Bryant isn't either. They're all great.
Gotta
but they're
stand the
not
test of
Michael
time.
Jordan.
Yeah, so Pippen, he's on the game, thankfully. But I'm just trying to put it into context that this was no surprise that he acted like this. That's what I'm trying to say. So Pips, it's all love when it's all said and done. You're a great player, regardless if you're Michael Jordan's #2 guy. You're a great player, so you need to get over it. Yeah? Peace.